This is CBN NewsWatch.
And thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday, January 20th, 2021, Inauguration Day in America. I'm Ephraim Graham. Ahead today, an unprecedented inauguration for Joe Biden as the nation's capital is heavily armed and fortified after the riots on Capitol Hill 2 weeks ago. As the new president is set to take office, Biden plans to move quickly, signing a series of executive actions today to undo President Trump's legacy on everything from immigration to climate change and more. With Donald Trump becoming a private citizen, the Senate moves ahead with a trial after the House impeachment for him a second time. So what authority do they actually have over him? We're going to bring you a look at that impeachment debate and a look back at a major accomplishment of the Trump administration, the peace agreements in the Middle East. CBN News has an exclusive final interview with the U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Friedman. All those stories and more are ahead in today's edition of CBN NewsWatch. I want to begin with the country's 59th presidential inauguration today, and it is unlike any we've seen. The Capitol is a fortress surrounded by armed guards, barricades, and security checkpoints. It's all to ensure a peaceful transition of power during a time of deep division as Joe Biden becomes the 46th president of the United States at noon. Caitlin Burke begins our coverage.
In a farewell address, President Trump wished the new administration well.
This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous. We extend our best wishes.
Calling for unity, he again condemned the attack at the Capitol.
All Americans were horrified by the assault on our Capitol. Political violence is an attack on everything we cherish as Americans. It can never be tolerated. Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values and rise above the partisan rancor and forge our common destiny.
Among his final acts, issuing a slew of pardons and commutations, including to former advisor Steve Bannon. Trump leaving D.C. just hours before the inauguration after a send-off at Joint Base Andrews. In a break from 150 years of tradition, the outgoing president not attending today's inauguration. In a show of unity, GOP leaders skipped Trump's departure ceremony this morning in favor of attending Mass with incoming President Biden. In an additional break from the president, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell Tuesday publicly blamed Trump for the rampage against the Capitol.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people.
With concerns there could be additional attacks against today's inaugural events, 25,000 National Guard members are patrolling the streets of Washington. After reports of a possible insider attack, at least a dozen Guard members were removed from the mission, 2 reportedly with ties to far-right extremist groups.
Any reason that somebody's name is brought to the attention of the command, they're being removed from the line.
Between the pandemic and the security threat, it's an inauguration like no other. No crowds gathering to watch the ceremony. Instead, 200,000 flags line the National Mall, and no parade or inaugural balls. The night before his swearing in, the president-elect attending a solemn ceremony at the Lincoln Memorial to remember the more than 400,000 American lives lost to COVID-19.
To heal, we must remember.
Biden's inaugural speech is expected to be one of unity, looking ahead to the challenges the country can overcome if Americans come together. Vice President Mike Pence and former Presidents Obama, Clinton, and Bush are all expected to be in attendance. Caitlin Burke, CBN News.
And be sure to stay with CBN News for live coverage of the inauguration beginning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. You can watch on the CBN News YouTube channel, our news channel, and cbnnews.com, or on the CBN News app. The new president will get to work immediately upon taking office today. In his first hours as president, Biden aims to strike at the heart of President Trump's policy legacy, signing a series of executive actions that reverse Trump's orders on immigration, climate change, and handling of the coronavirus pandemic. He will also end construction on Trump's U.S.-Mexico border wall, end the ban on travel from some Muslim-majority countries, and rejoin the Paris Climate Accord and the World Health Organization. Biden also plans to release sweeping immigration legislation today. It reportedly includes an 8-year path to citizenship for immigrants lacking legal status, affecting about 11 million people in the country. It also expands refugee admissions and includes a plan to reinforce security at the border with use of technology. The bill will be delivered to Congress after Inauguration Day. President Trump now becomes a private citizen, so who actually could soon face a Senate trial after the House voted to impeach him a second time. But many are asking, what authority does Congress have over him after leaving office? Jennifer Wishon takes a look at the debate.
While President Trump is the only commander-in-chief to be impeached a second time, does the U.S. Senate have the authority to convict Donald Trump, the private citizen, and prevent him from ever holding public office again? That's the question constitutional scholars on both sides are weighing in on.
It's not a high crime and misdemeanor.
Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz served on Trump's legal team during the first impeachment and believes this second attempt is even more bogus. He says the Constitution protects the speech Trump used before the riots.
You know how many people have stood where he stood and advocated marching on the Capitol? Union leaders, civil rights leaders, to turn it from good to bad, members of the Ku Klux Klan, members of the Nazi Party, communists, suffragettes. That's a standard tactic. You get up and you say, go to the Capitol.
And now that the House has voted to impeach, the question remains, does the Senate have the power to convict a president after he leaves office and becomes a private citizen? The Constitution states, judgment in cases of impeachment shall not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. Trump will be out, so he can no longer be removed from office. That part, however, is not the ultimate goal for House Democrats.
One of the other purposes of impeachment in this case is to make sure that President Trump is not able to run for federal office again, that he's not able to seek the presidency.
Some scholars argue the Senate has authority to approve that. According to Harvard professor Lawrence Tribe, judgments of removal from office and disqualification from running in the future are divisible and backed up by precedent in the impeachment cases of 2 federal judges. But Professor Dershowitz maintains it's removal and disqualification, not one or the other. Without having someone to remove, he says, senators can't then disqualify now Mr. Trump from running for office in the future.
And under the Constitution, you can't impeach or remove somebody who's not in office. The impeachment power of the Senate extends only to sitting office holders.
If Democrats remain united, they'll need at least 17 Republicans to vote with them to convict the president. Given its unprecedented nature and disagreement over the constitutional powers allowed, there is a good chance this case will end up before the Supreme Court. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.
The coronavirus has changed many things in America, even the annual March for Life. Pro-life Americans will be gathering around their computers for the March for Life this year. The event usually brings huge crowds to the nation's capital. Organizers have massively scaled down this year's march, scheduled for January 29th because of the pandemic. Event managers say only a small group of leaders from across the spectrum of the pro-life community will demonstrate in person. All others are asked to stay home and attend the event virtually. Coming up, one of the most important legacies of the Trump administration will be the peace deals his team helped to negotiate in the Middle East. CBN News spoke with a key player in developing those policies, U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Friedman. We're going to bring you that interview when we come back.
I am Region's first ROTC graduate student.
3, 2, 1. I'm Ephraim Graham. Welcome to Studio 5.
Get on it.
All that's new and now in the world of uplifting entertainment with celebrity interviews.
There's a higher contribution I will make.
Musical performances.
I'll give you my best praise.
Plus movie and TV news.
See it and be uplifted.
On Studio 5. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern at cbn.com/Studio 5.
How'd you like to get a redo on your health, on your body, on your arteries, so you could have the energy you had 20 years ago? The great news is you can. I'm Dr. Mike Roizen, chair of the Wellness Institute at the Cleveland Clinic. I've written 4 New York Times bestsellers. But even better than having to read all that, you can listen to this DVD and watch it. Protect your heart? Yes, you can. Here's how.
Go to CBN.com or call 1-800-700-7000 for your free copy of Protect Your Heart. Let the medical experts show you their new discoveries on how to avoid heart disease and even reverse it. Easy steps to uncover the hidden dangers in your medicine cabinet, reduce stress, and get a complete do-over for your health. Call 1-800-700-7000. That's 1-800-700-7000. Or go to CBN.com to claim your free copy of Protect Your Heart.
And welcome back to CBN NewsWatch. The Trump administration saw some historic achievements in the Middle East with Israel's relationships and establishing relationships with Muslim countries and agreements known as the Abraham Accords. One of the key architects of that and helping to shape foreign policy was U.S. Ambassador David Friedman. CBN News sat down with the ambassador in Jerusalem for his official last interview. Take a look.
Ambassador David Friedman.
Ambassador Friedman feels work accomplished over the past 4 years will help the incoming Biden administration get off to a good start.
Normally, people come into office and the Middle East is all ablaze, and that becomes a challenge. I think that's not the case here. I think we've left the Middle East in a good place. I would urge real caution in changing any of the dynamic. It ain't broke, so don't fix it.
That includes potentially renewing the Iranian nuclear deal. The Trump administration ended the 2015 agreement known as the JCPOA that had been struck by the Obama administration.
Are you concerned about the fact that the Biden administration has already said that they want to renegotiate or re-enter the Iranian nuclear deal?
Boy, going back to 2015 would just be an enormous mistake, and it could threaten all the advances that we've made in the region. There really is no rational basis to return to the JCPOA. You know, one of the arguments that kept coming up then in favor of the JCPOA was, you know, if we let Iran back into the community of nations, they will self-modulate, they will self-correct. 5 years later, you know, we know the truth. We know that they didn't self-correct. The idea that we would make a deal with Iran that would give them a path to a bomb is, frankly, insanity.
Friedman also believes such a move could threaten the Abraham Accords, an achievement that took many by surprise, but not Friedman.
The seeds of these relationships have been there for years. They were there under the Obama administration as well. They were there. They needed some water. They needed some fertilizer. They needed some, some real engagement. But we knew from the beginning that we were onto something.
Ambassador Friedman pointed out what set the Trump administration apart.
What I think I'm most proud of is that our administration really extended to Israel not just the courtesy, but the right to really to self-determination, to really decide for themselves how to govern. And I hope that courtesy continues to be extended, because that's where I think we really made a difference.
That set the stage for historic moves, such as the United States recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, declaring Jerusalem as Israel's capital, and moving the U.S. Embassy there.
I think the most significant event of the 4 years was moving the embassy to Jerusalem. I think so much came from that. You know, I think when we moved the embassy, when we recognized Jerusalem, I think it just opened up possibilities, enormous possibilities for the U.S.-Israel relationship, and I think it put America really on the right track.
Friedman also helped change the U.S. approach to Israel's biblical heartland and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
What we did was very much in the best interests of the United States, not just the best interests of Israel. And I think the proof is in the fact that after we moved the embassy and after we recognized sovereignty over the Golan Heights and after we did all the other things that we did, not only was there not an explosion of violence, but there was an explosion of peace. We were able to achieve, once-in-a-generation agreements with Bahrain and the Emirates, Sudan, Morocco, Kosovo, all Muslim countries.
As ambassador, one Bible story inspired Friedman. He kept this painting of the story of the sin of the 10 spies who went into the Promised Land.
The one sin I don't want to commit is the sin of the spies, the sin of not having enough faith or confidence or vision in the relationship between Israel and the United States and the importance of keeping that as strong as possible.
While the new administration hasn't announced the replacement, many experts on both sides agree Ambassador Friedman will be a tough act to follow. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, the U.S. Embassy, Jerusalem.
Still ahead at a time when our world is so divided, we've got a real-life story of people pulling together against all odds to save a college athlete's lifelong dream. See the ripple effects of kindness in the Disney film Safety. You're going to meet the cast and the real-life hero in this next story. Stay with us.
Daddy?
Yeah, buddy.
How many nickels are in a dollar?
There are 20 nickels in a dollar.
How do birds fly? Does milk really make my bones stronger?
Yeah.
Daddy, when we die, will we go to heaven?
Do you have the answer to life's biggest question? Call the 700 Club. We'll help you find answers to the important questions life brings your way.
Watch breaking news, in-depth exclusive stories and programs from health to entertainment you won't find anywhere else. The CBN News Channel, a perspective you can trust. Enjoy credible news reporting from around the world. Discover inspiring programs and stories of hope, all in one place from a Christian perspective. The CBN News Channel, a perspective you can trust. To watch the CBN News Channel, download the app or visit cbnnewschannel.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. David Perlmutter, board-certified neurologist and #1 New York Times best-selling author. Wouldn't it be great to boost your energy, eliminate brain fog, and even reverse brain disease? Well, you can, and I'm going to show you how, along with some of the world's most well-respected brain experts in this DVD, Protect Your Brain.
Get Protect Your Brain, a free DVD only from the Christian Broadcasting Network, featuring experts on the cutting edge of neuroscience and brain health.
No matter how many times you've failed in the past, you really can do this.
In Protect Your Brain, you'll discover simple strategies to keep your brain young and healthy. Improve your memory. Discover the gut-brain connection. In Protect Your Brain, get your free copy at cbn.com or call 1-800-700-7000.
If you want to improve the quality of your life, get the DVD Protect Your Brain and get it today. I am Regent's first ROTC graduate student.
A Wonderful True Story is streaming on Disney+. The focus is a college football star at Clemson University, but just as his star is rising, he risks losing his lifelong dream to care for his younger brother. Take a look at Safety.
Hey, here we go.
A9 Apple, take one.
Hey, Mark, what does sacrifice mean to you? It means putting it all on the line. It means being selfless, committed.
The movie is just based on how my brother took me in and adopted me.
Ray, earlier this morning, I got her into a 30-day inpatient program.
We'll be placing Famar in foster care.
Can't I just have a family member watch me?
It's cool. Should be getting back to school anyway. I'll be good.
Something in me's awakened.
Wait. I'll take him. He comes to Clemson, this beautiful school, and he's taking on a heavy workload. And while he's in the middle of all of that, his past, not necessarily his past, but his home is reaching out to him and asking for help. Mom's gone.
It's just you and me.
Trying to make what I did for my brother was such a big thing, and I didn't know at the time.
Now, Ray, these scholarships are yearly. You perform on the field, you perform in the classroom, and if you don't, they take that all away.
I was so excited and moved and inspired.
You can't be satisfied.
There's no guaranteed spot on my team.
I just loved this script from day one.
I'm all you got. And I'm risking everything for us to have a real life, but you will not disrespect me anymore. That's it. North, you do what I say and when I say it. South, you go back to the system and wait on Mom.
I was always a family first person.
Ray is here on set with us.
Meeting Ray has been awesome.
Jay Reeves plays me in the movie, a wonderful human being.
Meeting Ray and seeing his discipline and how he doesn't complain. I learned a lot from the man, so it's been a blessing to my life.
Ray and Casey hit it off quite early because Casey is so into sports. She lives for it. She's a sports journalism major. And so she starts talking sports right off the bat. And he's like, her. I like her.
I had to bring my little brother to live with me on campus.
Had to look inside, find a motivation.
She comes to know about Faye and really embraces him and becomes a support system for Ray throughout the movie.
4.5, baby!
Repeat after me. I am a winner.
I am a winner.
I am a winner.
I am a winner. Oh God, it's 85,000 people here. What's gonna happen? I don't know. This is my first movie. I think I got this. Me and my dad said a prayer. It was just like going down the hill. It felt like a unbelievable feeling.
I'm Faye's brother.
This movie's really about a boy becoming a man and what that's like dealing with a hard past.
Why are you helping me?
Everyone's family here.
Throughout the movie, Ray goes through tribulations where he's afraid to show everyone, afraid to vocalize what's going on. But the main thing is he stepped up.
You family, right? We got your back, man.
Whatever team you want to call your team, whether it be your brothers and sisters, or whether it be your financial advisor and your CPA, or whether it be your mom and dad, whoever you call your team, just to know that they're important. Means being selfless, committed.
Whatever that is in your life, feel free to step up.
No matter who you are or where you are, if you just continue to strive to be great, you'll eventually be great.
Clemson has given me the opportunity to change my life. My coaches, my teammates. These men are my brothers too.
Safety is streaming right now on Disney+. And for more uplifting entertainment, be sure to check out an all-new Studio 5 tonight. Pastor and Seattle Seahawks chaplain Judah Smith is joining us, along with recording artist and worship leader Chandler Moore. You can catch both of them on Studio 5 on this station or the CBN News Channel tonight at 8:30 Eastern. Coming up, the United States officially recognizes the historical significance of one of the most important places in the Bible. We'll tell you where it is, and we're going to bring you a look at that special ceremony when we come back. Stay with us.
Hey, if you're tired and exhausted all day, you can't think clearly, and you really just need a cup or even a pot of coffee to get through your day, then join me, Dr. Josh Axe, for this new series where I'm going to teach you how to transform your diet and use essential oils and supplements to get a better night's sleep.
Wake up to your best life. Call 1-800-700-7000 to get your free DVD or booklet of Protect Your Sleep today.
It's about the competition.
I kind of put that pressure on myself, and I think people had expectations.
It's about overcoming.
We use this phrase all the time, keep chopping, keep practicing hard.
It's about going the distance.
I think as a father, it's my job, to lead. Just be the best husband and father I can be.
Watch Going the Distance with Sean Brown Saturday night at 7:30 on the CBN News Channel.
Orphans Promise is committed to loving and serving at-risk children, to helping keep families together, and to creating opportunities for strong and sustainable communities around the world. We're working in over 60 countries around the world, and with your help, we can do even more. There's an old African proverb I love that says, if you want to run fast, run alone. But if you want to run far, run together. At Orphans Promise, we want to run far so we can touch the lives of as many orphaned and vulnerable children as possible. But we don't want to go alone. We're out to change the world, one child, one family, one community at a time. Will you join us?
It has the power to influence weight loss, boost your immune system, and improve brain function.
We've seen an explosion of data on the role of the gut microbiome in health.
The free Build a Better Gut booklet reveals the latest information about the gut microbiome. You'll discover how your gut affects the rest of your health.
The gut microbiome has been linked to depression and cancer and heart disease.
Learn how to build a stronger, healthier gut.
The microbiome, if it's in good composition, are really protecting us all the time from more invasive things.
Get the Build a Better Gut booklet, free from the Christian Broadcasting Network. Call 1-800-700-7000 or go to cbn.com/buildabettergut.
You need to make sure that your microbes are working with you, not against you.
And if you order online, you'll get immediate access to the Build a Better Gut series, a digital copy of the booklet, and related bonus material. Build a Better Gut today. Call 1-800-700-7000 or go to cbn.com/buildabettergut for your free copy.
Check out the CBN News Daily Rundown podcast each weekday with me, Caitlin Burke. Click on the show tab at cbnnews.com where you can listen and subscribe.
Welcome back to CBN News Watch. The United States has officially recognized the ancient city of David in Jerusalem as a place of great historical significance and an icon of America's Judeo-Christian values. Outgoing U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Friedman, and the chairman for the Commission of the Preservation of America's Heritage Abroad, Paul Packer, attended a special ceremony dedicating a place to honor the city. The city of David is more than 3,000 years old and dates back to the time of King David. Archaeologists claim it is the site where he first established Jerusalem as the united capital of the tribes of Israel. Now, you can see this full story at cbnnews.com. Before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with today's Wednesday word, and today's word is wait. Know this, waiting on God is not doing nothing at all. It is simply praying and working and resting in the knowledge that He is working all things together for your good. So if it's not good, just know this, God is not done, and He is still working it all together for your favor. So continue to wait on God to make the change you need. That is going to do it for this edition of CBN News Watch. Thank you so much for watching. I want to remind you that you can always watch more of our programs on the CBN News Channel at any time. You can also find them online at cbnnews.com. We'd love to hear from you. You can email us at newswatch@cbn.com, the address right there on your screen. Feel free to reach out and touch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Make this a wonderful Wednesday, Inauguration Day. We'll see you right back here, same time tomorrow.